This is an incredibly easy curry to make. It's chicken in a red pepper paste. In the bowl of my food processor, there are two red peppers which I have cut up, obviously taken out the seeds and the stalk. I've got 25 grams of sliced, slivered almonds. You can either use one large onion, or I had two small onions. They're going in. There's 4 cloves of garlic and an approximately 4 centimetre piece of ginger. I've got one of these chilies. These chilies aren't too hot. They're not the bird's eye chili. I'm just going to cut off the stalk, but it's going to go in. I'll just halve it whole. I'm not taking the seeds out. Then in terms of spices going in there, I've got half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili. I've got 2 teaspoons of coriander and a tablespoon of cumin and a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to add all of that in there. I'm going to then blitz that up and turn it into a paste. Other ingredients that you'll need are, I've got 4, this is for 2 people. I've got, and it'll be a lot, but it's very low fat, this dish, and very easy. There's no yogurt, there's no cream, there's no sugar. So I've got 4 chicken thigh fillets. I've got 250 ml of chicken stock, and I will have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I've also got some coriander, which I'm going to finish it off with at the end. And we're going to have it with yellow rice, which I will also show you. So I'm going to put the lid on this, and I want to blitz it to a paste. So I'll stop recording now. It doesn't take long, but just go round it and scrape it down, and then give it another blitz just to make sure that absolutely everything is beautifully combined. So that's the paste made. That paste quantity would be enough for 4 people. I've made enough for 4 because I quite fancy having this tomorrow. If there's any of it left, with some just spooned over vegetables, it'll be delicious. And we're off. I've heated, or am heating, about 60 ml of vegetable oil in this pan. The first thing that's going to go in is the paste. Now it's quite watery because there's quite a bit of water in the peppers. We're not going to cook this on a high heat. We're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes until the water has evaporated. You'll know when the water has evaporated because you'll start to get little trails of oh God, I'm so tired of always forgetting my words. Little trails of vegetable oil. So we're just going to cook that for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, while it's cooking for 10 minutes, I've got some water on the boil, which is going to be for the rice. And I'm going to flavour the water with 1 cinnamon stick, 3 cloves, and 3 lightly crushed cardamom seeds. I'm also going to put in half a teaspoon of turmeric. It's turmeric, by the way, not turmeric. It's one of my pet hates when people mispronounce turmeric. And I have also put a teaspoon of salt in there. In terms of the amount of rice that I will be cooking, I'm cooking a cupful, which is about 200 grams. 250 grams should be enough for 4 people. This is my foolproof way of cooking rice. There is no measuring, so it doesn't matter how much rice you cook, as long as you have plenty of bubbling water. And we will, well, I'll come back to the rice. So you don't have to measure anything for the rice. Oh, just to help you see, I can see as this is cooking, when I do this, that there is still water rather than just oil. So that's the way to check, and you will cook it till all the water is evaporated. However long it takes, it should be 10 minutes. I'm very happy because my guesstimate of 10 minutes was absolutely spot on. That is now, look, can you see all the moisture is gone and now the fat is bubbling. So that is a perfect paste. I'm going to take the chicken thigh fillets. I haven't cut them up. I want big pieces that you have to eat with a knife and fork. I'm just going to make sure they are completely covered with the sauce or the paste. I did season them lightly, the chicken. I'm just going to make you watch this in full because I find it tiring turning it off and on again. There we go. Last piece. Beautiful. Completely covered. Next to go in fact, I've got 250 ml of chicken stock and I've got some lemon juice. I'm going to pour the chicken stock in. Actually, it's a bit less. I'm going to pour the lemon juice in. That's 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Bring it to the boil. Give it a stir so that everything is combined. Bring it to the boil. It's almost at the boil. And then we're going to move it to a lower light. This is boiling. I've just tasted it. The lemon juice is exactly what it needed, but it does need a touch more salt. So that's a couple of pinches of salt. I'm going to put a lid on it and I am going to transfer it to the lowest possible light on a small ring. And I'm going to set a timer for 25 minutes. While that's happening, we'll cook the rice. I'm going to drop a couple of bay leaves, into the water. I like to slightly bruise my bay leaves in my hand so that I can smell them. That's going to go into the water. I'm going to tip the rice in. And I'm going to set a timer that needs to bubble vigorously for 10 minutes. The rice has been bubbling for 10 minutes. So at that point, I'm actually going to turn the chicken over so that it's evenly cooked because I know it's had 10 minutes. So turn your chicken over, put the lid back on, and we're going to leave that for another 10 minutes. The rice that's been bubbling for 10 minutes, I'm going to drain off. The rice has been drained. I've got water from a freshly boiled kettle that I'm just going to put in the bottom, just enough to be able to steam it. I'm going to turn the heat on to bring it to a boil. It's in a colander over the water, and I'm going to put a lid on it. And I'm going to set a timer for 8 minutes. So you can see the point of me doing these films is that you're seeing me cook in real time. I might have thought that this would take 25 minutes. This chicken is pretty much cooked after 18 minutes. I've turned the gas off underneath the rice and I've just left it steaming because I will come back to that. What I want to do with this sauce is I'm taking the chicken out and then I'm going to put this on a high heat, and by reducing it on a high heat it will become much more of a masala, which means gravy. So I'm going to bubble that sauce down a bit. Also, taste it. If you want to add more salt to it, now is the time. I am actually going to add some more pepper. And I'm going to give it a fierce heat and let it bubble. Now let's go to the rice. Sorry, you're just seeing me dealing with... Okay, so I've turned the rice off. The rice has been steaming for 8 minutes. That's hot. Oh, everything's hot. I'm going to leave it to steam, but I am going to use this time to take out the whole spices because nobody wants to come across whole spices. So remember, there are three cloves, there's 3 cardamoms, thank you, and there we go, and there is the cinnamon stick, so you can pull them out. I'm going to empty the water out. I'm going to tip the rice back in that's had the whole spices removed, and my oh, there's one I missed. And my secret ingredient for really great rice is butter. So the thing that makes your rice taste fabulous is nestle in a couple of pats of butter, put the lid back on, and just leave it to sit until you're ready to cook. Let's have a look at this sauce, which is reducing nicely on a fierce heat. This has bubbled away for 5 minutes. The rice is just sitting. I'm just going to pop the chicken in to warm through, and then we're ready to serve. Oh, and all the collected juices. Don't waste the juices. And then we're going to serve. Trust me, this is an easy curry. I've just made it look difficult. I'm going to serve it. Beautiful yellow rice. Then a lovely piece of chicken. Might turn it over so it's the flat side with sauce. Plenty of sauce. I've got, which you can buy online, some crispy onion just to finish off with the rice. And I've also got some fresh coriander, which, as I've shown you before, I cut the bottoms off. I'm keeping it in water in the fridge. So a little bit of coriander, which I'm just going to snip around. And there you have it. Chicken curry, chicken red pepper curry. God, that was a lot of work.